Hi there. This is a reading for the collective. Take what resonates, leave the rest. This reading is going to be about what's going on with your connection. And I did leave it open to spirit. However, I do strongly feel for a lot of you, it's going to be about your relationship, or, you know, if you don't have a relationship, somebody that you have your eye on, whatever the case is for you. That's where you take what resonates, right? I feel like that's what it's going to be about. So, you know, whatever comes through is going to come through, but that's just my intuition talking. And I want to mention, okay, hematite. So this is one of the crystals I picked. I was like, ooh, silver. But hematite is one of the things that it promotes is emotional stability. And the fact that I picked goldstone, that's like a super abundant crystal. So good vibes, really good vibes to start. We love to see it. You know, we might have a little bit of a mixed reading. That's kind of another intuition thing I'm getting, but we'll see what comes through right now. You stop laughing right now. I did watch that the other day. I love Super Troopers. It's so good. Do you know how fast you were going? Oh, God. Wow, good energy. Three of Wands, Queen of Wands. Opportunities are coming. Some of you, 10 of Cups. Are you kidding? Look at that. Happy home, happy people, happy life, abundance. Like, what was I going to say? For some of you, you might not be in a relationship at this time. Like maybe you're on a dating site or something like that. Or maybe you started dating somebody, like with that opportunity card. Star, hope. Really good. Really, really fucking good vibes. A lot of major arcana too while I'm shuffling. So things are changing for the better if you're in a current relationship and it's not, maybe you think it's not going the way you want it to, but it is. Look at that. 6 of Cups. This person makes you feel, you know, you make me feel young, or whatever that, wait, wasn't that in Elf? You make me feel young. I don't know. Like that person brings out your inner child, your person. Oh, Ace of Cups reversed. So, or some of you could have known this person for a long time. I get the feeling that maybe some of you are like, there's somebody from childhood or, you know, someone that you dated before, like a long time ago, that's coming back around. Okay, yeah, see, there's a lot of, well, not a lot of wands, but a couple wands. There's some kind of magician. It's like, I don't want to call it icky. Well, I was about to call it icky, and then I was like, no. And then the Knight of Wands came out. 3 of Swords. Yeah. Okay, I feel like 10 of Cups reversed now. I feel like, see, the energy has changed, which I knew was going to happen. I feel like a lot of people coming to watch this video might be very unsure about what's going to happen. So let's help you with that. Knight of Pentacles, upright. Slow moving knight. What's interesting too, Death reverse, wow. What's interesting too is last night I had a dream. So my guy and I are watching, that's really good. My guy and I are watching The Walking Dead. He wanted me to watch it. I think I mentioned that before. And the Daryl character reminds me a lot of my boyfriend in the sense that he's very intelligent. He's kind of like a loner too. Like he's got friends, don't get me wrong, but he like, if he were in the Walking Dead situation, he would be kind of on his own, right? He would be doing what Daryl's doing. And with Daryl, like right now, I don't know if he ends up dating anybody because I'm in season 6, but right now it's like he's alone. But, you know, I get the sense that if he were to date anybody, he'd be a lot like my boyfriend too, who shows up in this Knight of Pentacles energy. So why I'm telling you this is that a lot of you have this wound around, well, there's like a distrust maybe in God, or, you know, like it feels like this is unfair because you have had so many relationships that didn't work out. And so you want to rush the Knight of Wands. Wow, I just realized there's 3 knights, and I was thinking there's a lot of knights, and I'm like 2, but then I forgot about the Knight of Wands. Like the Knight of Wands wants to rush forward, and I'm kind of surprised that the Knight of Swords isn't here, because that's kind of your energy. It's like, I want to get to the point where I'm happy, and it's like, okay, you know, God gets that, but you have to, when it comes to love, you've got to take it slow, in the sense that, you know, well, for instance, I'm going to talk about my relationship again. This is funny too, because I told God I don't want any information on my relationship because I don't need it. Like, I used to be in the energy you're in. I trust that my relationship is working out, even when it feels like it's not. Because I used to be super anxious about my relationship with Justin, but we've been together for almost 5 years now. Like, that feels so exciting. And I've gotten to a point in my healing journey where I, you know, trust that everything's going to work out as it should, even if that means, and I don't think it will, but even if that means he and I break up or something, like, oh, that gives me anxiety talking about it. See, I'm still always healing too, but, you know, I know it's going to work out as it should, right? And before, I used to be very much in this Knight of Wands energy where I just wanted him to rush. And I'm so grateful that he is the Knight of Pentacles, because that made me slow down. And the point is that we've built such a solid foundation that, because of taking it slow. So the key here, the big message here for you, is you got to slow down. Like, this isn't a race. We don't need to, you know, the problem with things nowadays, like, we're so fast moving with technology and, you know, trying to get on to the next thing. I've literally had trouble with that energy lately. It's like, I want to rush through everything I'm doing. I feel like that's kind of a feeling for a lot of people right now. So, you know, with you, it's like, okay, I got to rush to get to where we're dating. I got to rush to get to where we're married. And a lot of people feel that way anyway. It's like a pressure, a societal pressure. You need to get out of that energy, because I will guarantee you your relationship won't work if you do that. And even if you've got a good connection with that person, I don't know why I did that. Even if you've got a good connection with that person, it's not going to matter. If you try to rush it, this person, might get spooked. Like, I literally just saw a ghost. That's so weird. Like a sheep ghost. They might get spooked. So it's okay. Chill out. Chill out. So I feel like I still need to talk about this before I move forward. This is a wound. Obviously, you've experienced a lot of heartache in love relationships, but it could also pertain to like friendships, family, and the mistrust is valid, right? But something you need to understand is that you had to go through those experiences to get where you're at now, where you can be open to the right kind of connection, right? That's something I realized along my journey. But the wound itself, you know what? I'm going to pull a card. What's the wound with the rushing? What's the wound with the rushing? Too many dings, not enough peace. Fragmented focus, tech burn. Oh my God, shut up. Not there being a ghost on this card. Your soul left the meeting, disconnection, existential dread. I'm fine. Overwhelmed. There's something overwhelming. So you might have experienced something like me in my childhood where God bless my father, rest in peace, but he rushed me and I hated that. He would like want to get to the party on time, but we'd always end up early, and I'm thinking like, Dad, they don't want us here yet. Like, we're not supposed to be here. Like, that would make me anxious, and then I would always be anxious about being ready. And I think, you know, part of that wound, if you've got what I'm saying, where, you know, one of your parents rushed you, or maybe you just rushed in general when you were younger for whatever reason that you picked up that habit, you essentially picked up the habit because of somebody else or a situation, and now you're trying to rush through it, rush through your relationships to get to the point where you feel comfortable. And it's also because you like the icky stuff that you don't want to eat, like the healing, you know, when you meet somebody and everything's great, and then you start really knowing who they are and they start knowing who you are. So you get in the, you know, uncomfortable stages of the relationship. You want to rush through those to get to the good part, but you can't. You gotta take it all, the good and the bad. Everything in life has good and bad, right? Even my business, right? Where last year I didn't do hardly anything because of my dad. Like, he was sick half the year. And then the beginning of the year, I was mentally having so much trouble. So, you know, that was a bad time for me in my business because I couldn't really pour into it. And this gives me life, like, for real. So, you know, sometimes I have to tell myself to slow down, like, slow down. We don't have to do that today or whatever, but I'm trying to be more mindful of that and also pour into it because it makes me feel good, and I'm having a hard time because I lost my father, right? So, you know, it's all about balance in life in general, but there's good and bad, and you have to take it all. You can't just have everything always amazing because that would be fucking boring and you wouldn't want the relationship then. So, yeah, let's pull some romance cards. It's funny, I was trying to put decks on my showcase so that way I can promote them on TikTok and try to get some commission from that. And I saw this deck. I haven't used it in so long, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta bring that out. And I wasn't really even planning on doing this kind of video, like doing a long video, but then I was like, you know what? I haven't done anything with like love in a while. Why the hell not? So here we are. You know, we're using this deck, and it's a beautiful deck. I like this deck a lot. When I first started, it's so funny looking back. I was like, oh, I'm going to do Worth Waiting For. See? Stop rushing. I was like, I'm going to do love readings. That's my specialty. And, you know, it was kind of like when I started, it was that energy where everybody was like obsessed with like twin flames and soulmates and stuff like that. So I got all these love decks, and now I've only got a couple. I'm trying to get rid of some. So if you are interested in the comments, let me know. I've got, I'm trying to sell them on Facebook Marketplace, but I don't care where I sell them, honestly. I just want to get rid of them because they're taking up space energetically wise. Express your love. Beautiful. Yeah. So one of the things that's coming up with this card is that you might be afraid to be vulnerable and say what you need to say. And this is like a wound too, where maybe you weren't listened to. when you're younger or even as an adult. People didn't take you seriously in some kind of way, or maybe you were very expressive in your connections, any kind of connection, but especially love, and you got turned down. So you got a block there. So I would do, this is what I kind of did. I would do baby steps where you just like a little bit at a time, say how you feel, like small things. You might have a throat chakra like blockage because you're afraid to say something like confrontation wise, and you might think that they'll end it because you're like saying, hey, I don't like this, or this is what's going on, and can we fix it, or whatever. That's how your relationship grows, when you talk about things. Like, you have to see the same thing I was just saying, like, nobody likes doing that, having those conversations, but you have to in order to grow, expand yourself, the person, the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Ace of Cups reverse, Knight of Pentacles upright, engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay, for a lot of you, this Ace of Cups is feeling like, oh geez, I am so depleted and I don't know why. Well, gee, I wonder why. Because I know why, I should say. You're pouring all this energy into this relationship, into this person, that you're not doing anything for yourself. So it's like, that's why this taking it slow energy is coming up. Slow down, have a self-care day, have a self-care week. I don't care. Do things for yourself so you can get in this energy of, and for some of you, it could be an engagement, you know, if you've been with this person for a while. But this feels more like an energetic ascension. So you can ascend in your connection with yourself, which will ascend your relationship with this person in whatever way that it is. Even if it's not a connection yet, it can help you do that. But I feel like for a lot of you, that Ace of Cups reversed, it's not just about your relationship with this person or connection with this romantic person. It's more about how you are in general, like how you fill everybody else's cup up before yours, and you need to get out of that habit. It's very hard. I'm the exact same way, and I find myself even now doing that with my boyfriend. I told him the other day, I was like, you are so spoiled, and he kind of laughed because he just, like, I do everything for him. That's how I was raised. That's what my I'm 25% Lebanese, but that's what I grew up experiencing, watching, and I think it's just in our DNA, the Lebanese women, right? And I'm not trying to put us in a box or anything or make anybody feel, like I'm attacking them. Like, I'm Lebanese too. I think it's just in our nature to be very nurturing, and sometimes you get taken advantage of, and you probably, when I say that, you probably right away are thinking of people who took advantage of you. I'm not saying this person is, but they might, unintentionally, because they know you're going to do it. So start letting them do things too. It'll make you feel good, even if you don't think so. Eventually, it'll feel more comfortable that you're not carrying the weight of your relationship. And I resonate with that as well. So then we've got the Knight of Wands reversed, with Death reversed, with Six of Swords upright. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. I am literally dead with these cards. The Death card is like rebirth, right? But it's in the reverse. So you're like not letting the thing ascend. You're not letting, the connection go through this rebirth it needs. And the Six of Swords is about moving away from, things. So you could take it as like, sorry, I'm trying to fix something here. You could take it as like you're needing to move away from this old energy of like rushing through, not letting things, not letting yourself get uncomfortable and allowing things to transition, and needing to just kind of like really move away from your old habits, behaviors, like things from the past, things from past connections that are affecting your current one. Okay. Understand that, there's no perfect connection. There's no perfect you. Like, you just need to be in the present moment. That's a really tough thing. That's what's happening in your connection. You've got tunnel vision. All you can do is look forward, and it's like, okay, but now you're just missing what is good right now. Like, I challenge you to think about things that are going right for you. It doesn't have to be with your relationship, but you might want to do that because it's like, okay, this person's present with me right now, so I need to do the same, because if I don't, the result might be something I don't like, right? I'm going to pull a couple cards at the end to kind of see what Spirit says, or maybe we'll find the answer here, but I want to see, like, because with me and my boyfriend Justin, it's like, so I think there is self-sabotage to play here for you too. But, you know, when I not first started dating him, but I feel like after a couple of years, I was like, I just realized, I'm like, there's nothing, I mean, unless I do something really stupid, but there's nothing I can do to fuck up this relationship, because it's supposed to be like, this is supposed to be, right? So maybe like keeping something like that in mind can help you kind of chill out. Like, that's what helped me chill out. My intuition was like, oh, this is it. Like, I knew that from the beginning, but I realized it, and then I was like, okay, I can't mess this up. So let's just take a chill pill. That's right. I'm showing my age. Take a chill pill and relax. Everything's working out. 6 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. It's interesting this card came up with those two cards because, I mean, like I was saying, this person makes you feel young, energetic. You have a lot of good times. And the 10 of Pentacles is very much like commitment, abundance, you know, everything just looks really good for you. Some of you have a little dog with this person, maybe even a pup. I don't think it's necessarily like separation, but I think, you know, kind of what I was saying over here, it's a really good opportunity to like sit back, relax yourself, and maybe even writing some kind of, or saying out loud some kind of gratitude that you're with this person, or you're gonna be with this person if you're not quite yet. Or maybe you guys are separated and, you know, you're trying to get back together and wondering if it can work out. But again, it's like you got to change your mind. That's the hardest thing. You got to, you know, say this time it's going to be different. And you can't force anything. Like, if you're here and you're listening to this message and like in your heart, you know, like you're here questioning your relationship because this person's like gaslighting you or manipulative or, you know, any kind of, well, I don't know if I can say that word. Not good things, any kind of not good things in your connection. Absolutely not. You shouldn't be that with that person. That you have to use your discernment. But if you're here and you are like feeling off or like something's wrong, and you can actually sit there and go, oh, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Okay. I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan, but I thought that lyric was funny. So, you know, you have to, that's up to you. And I think the problem with love connections, especially, we do get blind. Like, you know, you can't even see her eyes. It's not typically with that card, but you can't or we can't see the truth because we don't want to sometimes. And I definitely have been in those situations. So you have to kind of use your discernment to say, is this relationship connection healthy for me? Should I be here listening to this video? Okay. And then if you go, well, yes, I'm supposed to be here because I have been feeling like something's wrong. But that person, like what helped me is going, okay, this is something. Like, let's say I had a scenario where I was projecting on my boyfriend, which has happened quite a lot. God bless that guy for being patient. But I eventually, if I sat and thought about it, I'm like, oh God, I was acting like he was this person, but really he did this. And that is like completely different from what I experienced. So you have to sometimes use your logic and understand that these things from the past stick with you. They really do. Excuse me, until you heal them, okay? So seven of wands and reverse with 3 of swords, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So for some of you, you might be a little too guarded, like with the 7 of wands reverse, because of your heartbreak. I don't think it's necessarily religious factors. I mean, that might be for some people, but this is exactly all that I've been talking about. You're right now in a process of dealing with, get sage, keep it going, dealing with, processing your past relationships. It might be a specific connection that really, really fucked you up. Those factors that are coming to play from that connection that are coming up in your current connection are so, and my heart is like, or my chest by my heart is like in pain a little bit right now. So that's significant, especially with this card that is literally about heartbreak. So that's currently affecting your connection and it's coming up so you can deal with it and let it go. I'm going to see if there's something specific you need to let go here from your past. What do they need to let go of from your past? Replaying the breakup, shut the front door, mental loops, guilt, overanalysis, toxic but familiar, pattern attachment, comfort and pain. See, that is part of the struggle too. So this is kind of like the pattern. You are used to this, right? And I relate to, this is how I used to be. You are used to this. So anything good, you are like, what is this? You're just waiting for the shoe to drop. You're like, something's wrong. I know something's wrong because it's always wrong. Or that person's showing up in the right kind of way and you're getting defensive because you're used to people being, assholes to you. In general, like I feel like it's every aspect of your life you've had those kind of experience, and I'm sorry that you've had those. But with the nurturing energy, I'm kind of surprised we don't have the Queen of Cups here, or Queen of Pentacles. I mean, Queen of Cups, you're, yes, emotional. You've got a beautiful heart. And that's funny that there's a heart here and this card's right underneath it. I just thought of that. So you are you're still showing up in old energy, which is affecting your perception. And pain is familiar, right? Pain is familiar, but it's not what you want. So you need to try to work on enjoying maybe little things in life that have nothing to do with your connection. See, that self-care card is coming through. Maybe do something nice for yourself. And, if you you need to get a haircut and a color, or you want to go have a spa day, do that. And be very present and see how good that feels for you, because that's how your connection should feel and you want it to feel. Not, causing drama and replaying your old breakups because that's what you are used to. You're like, oh, well, this person did this to me and it broke my heart. So this person I'm with now, or I want to be with now, is going to do the same thing. And it's not the truth. So we've got the Magician upright with Knight of Cups reversed, heart-to-heart conversations. There's so much, honestly, discuss your feelings with each other, by the way. Yes, that's what you need to do. You need to be more expressive, and good and bad, for sure, 100%. There's a lot of like conflicting energies. Like the Magician is like, okay, I've got everything I need to make this work. And then the Knight of Cups is like player energy coming through here saying, oh, I'm going to promise all these things to you, but I'm not going to give them. That's this, right? The heartbreak is that. So, you know, if you're still stuck in a rut and not dating anybody, or maybe you're still in this energy and you do actually have the Knight of Cups reverse, the player, right? You need to be honest with yourself and say, kind of what I was saying, like if you're here and you shouldn't be, you need to be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I don't deserve this, and I deserve it all. Okay, so the Magician has the Wands, the Cups, the Swords, the Pentacles at his disposal. That's you. So you have everything to offer somebody, but you might be stuck in a loop where you keep attracting these kind of people because you're still here and you're still here, right? Toxic but familiar. You need to get out of that energy before you can get who you want, period. Sorry, not sorry. Express your love. Okay, we're not going to even talk about this. I want to pull a few cards to see what Spirit has to say for the people that are, well, you don't have to be in a connection, but for the people that, you know, have somebody they really, really like, or, you know that they're really, really a good person and somebody they want to be with for the long haul. I'm going to see what Spirit says about, you know, what, I don't usually do future stuff, but like what's going on, where this is headed kind of thing. Just because I feel like that'll give you some peace. But I only want you to watch this if you're, if you're really listening to what I'm saying and you're not going to try to rush your connection, okay? Otherwise, get the F out. I'm saying that with niceties, but, you know, if you listen to this and you're not doing the work and it doesn't work out for you, that's on you, is all I mean. Prep work, tolerance. Okay, this is work stuff. That's funny. I'm trying to get a love affirmator. But I mean, relationships are work. That's what people don't realize. That's exactly what I was talking about with like, okay, you can't just, you know, have all the good things. You gotta work on your connection and your relationship. Like, it's not all gonna just be hunky-dory all the time. Listening. Tolerance, prep work. Okay, I'm gonna read these real quick. Tolerance. I observe the cast of colorful characters that a busy life presents, and I rewrite the role of the ones I need to. Anyone annoying becomes entertaining, and anyone intolerable becomes someone truly fascinating who belongs in either a museum or a science lab. Because seriously, what is actually going on there? Oh my gosh, I love that. Prep work. I make friends with the quiet loners, organization, and planning, and I suddenly realize how cool they are. I start hanging out with them, and I bend to their influence. I even allow them to give my daily habits a makeover. Normally, I wouldn't succumb to peer pressure, but isn't efficiency the best? Come on, just let me fill in one more journal. I promise I'll be able to stop. I love it. Listening. I activate my receptive side. That's the important key here. Reception. Not reception. Okay, I'm not going to be able to say that word. I can't think of it right now. But it's you being open to what you want, right? We got to be open to receive. Otherwise, we can't receive it. I activate my receptive side and become an engaged, intuitive, look at professional grade listener. Supercharged listening gives me the ability to not only hear the words others are saying, but also to perceive the emotions hiding between their words. Armed with this knowledge, I'll be in a great position to give them exactly what they need, or if I prefer, to dominate the planet. I love that. So with this tolerance and listening especially, I feel like part of the problem that's happening right now for you in your connection is that you're perceiving what they're saying and what they're doing as a bad thing, or as like, that's exactly what I was trying to say to you. So with my boyfriend, sometimes I get caught up because I have PTSD from my one of my past relationships, and in that energy, and I'm projecting, like I said, but I'm perceiving his actions or his words as wrong. For instance, like, he likes to tease me. He could be annoying. He knows it. I love it. I love that about him because he keeps things light for me because I get too serious. So he'll tease me a little bit. And if I'm overwhelmed or overstimulated, I take it personally and I feel like he's not joking when he really is. He always is like that. He teases the people that he loves. He teases. So, and I've known him for almost 5 years. So I know he's joking, but because I'm in that wrong energy, I'm taking it the wrong way. So that's part of the issue, and that's why you need to have a heart-to-heart conversation so you can get on the same page. Say, hey, I don't really know what you meant by this. Can you explain it to me? Let them explain. Don't get defensive. Prep work. I feel like a lot of you are kind of, even if you've been with this person for a while, like, you're kind of in the beginning stages of it, okay? And I think God is saying, see, that's why I don't do predictions. And especially like a collective reading, it's hard because there's a lot of different people that come and watch these videos, right? And everybody's got a different situation. You could have similar situations, but the energy, it depends on the energy at the time and what you're bringing to the table, what that person's bringing to the table. The fact that there's another person involved it makes it hard because they could change their mind, or they could do something that changes the trajectory of the relationship. But I feel like there's so much potential in this connection, and you really just need to start listening, being present, taking care of yourself, working through your past, especially in order to keep moving forward in your connection. And the best thing I did, and I still do in my relationship, is when I realize something that I've done or said that is because of a prior connection, I tell my boyfriend that, hey, I'm sorry, this is what happened. And open honesty and communication goes a long way. And I know he appreciates that I take accountability. I used to be a person who never took accountability, but I started healing before I met my boyfriend. So luckily I was able to start sharing that. But eventually it got to the point where I felt like I was having too many conversations with him because I was trying to, fix what wasn't broken. And I eventually just started taking action, because action speaks louder than words, right? So just start doing your thing, and don't do it for anybody but yourself. Like, just start healing, start focusing on you, and you'll be surprised about the outcome. I'm serious. Like, it's taken a long time to get where I'm at now. Like I said, almost 5 years I've been with Justin, and I've gone through a lot of growth in this connection. He's helped me tremendously just by being him, with my growth and stuff. So, you know, you should, I just realized I put Archangel Michael here. That's so funny. Usually I have a different crystal. It's for technology. I can't remember the name of it right now. But protection, your connection is protected as long as you, you know, start doing the things that I was talking about and stop trying to rush what's already in a good spot, even if it doesn't feel like that. Okay. I'd love to hear in the comments about your connection and where you're scared and, you know, what you're doing to try to heal and, you know, just how you feel about the person. Let's just chat about it. I love to hear these kind of things in the comments. So thank you so much for being here. Any likes, shares, comments on my channel, subscribers to my channel are super helpful. I'm trying to monetize YouTube so I can get some income here. And I would really appreciate any of those things, especially subscribers. I think I need 1,000 subscribers. So we're on our way here. If you would like to donate to my channel, it's not expected but appreciated. I will put my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal in the comments. I am now offering video readings. It's a little less expensive way to connect with me, and you can get a really nice detailed reading. I will put the link for the flyer in the comments. Any one-on-one readings online or through my booking site, Goldie, I will put that in the comments. And thank you again for being here, and I hope you have a really good day.